If you just clicked on this video, this is your sign that you need to move out of your hometown ASAP as soon as possible, like your life depends on it, because it really does. 6 months ago, I had been living in Michigan for my entire life. Then I decided that I couldn't take it anymore. I could not stay there. I was very stagnant. I wasn't accomplishing the things that I wanted to accomplish. So I got up and I moved to Chicago, about 3 hours away from my hometown, but it's completely different. I'm from a small town in Grand Rapids, Michigan, which has a population of around 500,000 people. Chicago, 6 million. In Michigan, Grand Rapids, we do not have a skyline like this. We don't have buildings like this. We don't have energy like this. I live about 45 minutes away from this location at the Shed Aquarium. But whenever I'm a little bit restless, I always make sure to drive down here because it's a quick drive, especially at night. There's barely any traffic. The drive is very beautiful. Coming into the city, you get to see the skyline. And then where I come to at this place, which is the Shed Aquarium, it is the best skyline view in the entire city, hands down. I've been coming here for a long time, since I was a young teenager. When I was back home in Grand Rapids, Michigan, I was definitely showing signs of depression. Every single day, I had no schedule. I was getting up at 1, 2, 3 p.m. every single day. I was working my ass off, but I was really going nowhere. My life consisted of work, and that's completely it. And I was just running in circles. I was saving no money. I was making a lot of money, but at the end of every single month, at the end of every single year, I would have $0 in my bank account, and sometimes negative. It was a constant battle between having a couple $1,000s in my bank account and then having negative in my bank account and then having like $13 in my bank account. And it was absolutely horrible. At this point, I was 23 years old. I'm a full grown man at this point. I mean, honestly, you're a full grown man when you're around 16 years old, but I was legitimately a full grown man. 23 years old, I'm halfway to 50. That's not young at all. And I was not accomplishing the things that I wanted to accomplish at all. And I was working my ass off. It really didn't make a lot of sense to me in my mind, but honestly, I feel like it was my environment. So last year during Black Friday, I did a big whatnot sale. On that day, I did around $26,000 in revenue. Throughout the year, I had been reinvesting all of my money into the whatnot and just continuously buying products, spending $30,000 a month on product, sometimes $40,000 a month on product, and leaving myself with practically nothing just to keep reinvesting every single dollar that came into my business. So on that day, Black Friday, I did around a 24-hour stream. It was a little bit shorter than that. It was around 18 hours, but it was a stream all day long because whatnot had zero fees. On that day, I did $26,000 in sales after fees, meaning that I was going to get a payout from whatnot for 26 grand. At this exact moment, I had a very important decision to make. It was either that I could keep my warehouse in Michigan and continue doing the same business that I was doing there and constantly going up and down, negatives, positives, and just having no money, or I could take that $26,000 and make a decision and move somewhere that I've never lived before and go all in on my business. And that's exactly what I did. I had been to the Romeoville bins a couple times in Illinois when my sister lived here, and I knew that there was great product and the volume that comes out here is absolutely insane. So I would frequently, every couple months, make trips out here to come sourcing for my Depop and then my whatnot. I had a couple other places in mind, such as Florida or Texas, because there's a lot of rag houses there and I'd be able to get access to a lot of product. But with only having around $26,000 to my name, I figured that the best idea would be to move close to the Romeoville bins in Chicago and go all in on my business. And that's exactly what I did. I went on Facebook Marketplace. I saw a warehouse listing in Aurora, Illinois. I wanted to find a place that was around 30 to 35 minutes away from the bins or even a little bit closer. That same week, I came out here with my friend Red and we went and viewed the warehouse. And that same exact night, the same night I came and toured the place, I signed the lease for 1 year, having no apartment ready for me, not being sure if I would be able to get an apartment due to my credit being poor because I've screwed up my credit when I was young and I had credit cards and I missed payments and it was just a bunch of bullshit. But I signed the lease that night. And when I was sitting in my landlord's office at the time, discussing the lease agreement with him, in the back of my mind, I was thinking, I don't know if I want to sign this lease, because if I sign this lease right now and I send this dude money for my down payment, it is a full-on commitment. But in that exact moment, I had to rid myself of all emotion and I signed the freaking lease. I was like, I'm doing this today because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to go back home. I'm going to tell people about the move. Oh, I'm going to move to Chicago. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go grow my business over here. And then I'm not going to do it. And that's going to be another thing added to the list that I say I'm going to do and I don't do. And I have had a habit of doing that when I was in Michigan. And it was a bad habit that I formed a long time ago when I was around 18 years old, of saying I'm going to do this or I'm going to create this business and then not doing it. So that night, I signed the freaking lease. I sent him the money. I drove back home. I told everyone I signed the lease for a year. I am moving here. I told my entire family, I told my friends that I'm gonna move here. And then I went on the search for an apartment. I had a little bit of trouble finding an apartment next to my warehouse, but eventually I was scrolling on Facebook Marketplace one day, or I think my mom sent me a listing, and I found the apartment. I went with my father, we met the landlord, and I signed the lease that day. I didn't want to look at another place. I didn't need anything luxurious. I just wanted some place that I could sleep, take a shower, brush my teeth, and work. And that's exactly what I did. So then I packed up all my shit from home, put it in a U-Haul with my friend Darwin, one of my best friends of all time. And then me, Darwin, and my dad drove all of my stuff over here to Aurora, Illinois, and set up shop in the warehouse. Then it was time to get to work. The first month that I was here, I was doing 100% of the work all by myself. I don't know the exact number of how much revenue we did, but I will put it on the screen right now. I think we did like $40,000 in sales. And so my theory of coming to the bins here, which are amazing, and selling on Whatnot every single day and working my ass off was correct. Because at the beginning, honestly, it was just a lie. You know, it was just fabricated. It was something that I made up in my head that I would be able to come here and make $40, $50, $60, $70,000 a month in revenue. In the first month that I was here, I proved my theory that it was all correct and it was all possible. And since then, we've done so much in revenue. We've done so much in sales. Our Whatnot has grown immensely. I've met amazing people from doing Whatnot. I've made so many connections. I've met new friends. And this is exactly why you need to move out of your hometown, because it is holding you back. There's a verse in the Bible, and I don't know the exact verse or what verse it is, but I'll put it on the screen right now. And it basically says, a prophet will have no glory in his hometown, okay? And I'm not saying I'm a prophet. I'm not saying we are prophets. What I'm saying is that, listen, that's in the Bible. You cannot have any glory in your hometown. Somewhere along the lines of that, all right? It's pretty similar. And I'm not saying moving out of your hometown is gonna save you either. If you have bad habits in your hometown and you leave, a lot of them are gonna follow you and you're still gonna have to deal with them. But when you put yourself into a different environment and you force yourself to grow and you force yourself to level up, you will either rise to the occasion or you will not. And you'll be able to truly test yourself and see what you're made of. If you never leave your hometown, if you never go explore a new city, you're never gonna know what you're truly made of. And that has to be one of the worst things in life, to never reach your full potential, or to feel like you could have done something huge and you just didn't do it because you were stuck in your hometown around the same people, the same friends, where you grew up, where you went to high school, living in your childhood bedroom. And so this is exactly why you need to move. I haven't figured all of it out yet. I've only been here for 6 months, but I can tell you this. Right now, the fact that I'm able to drive and have this amazing skyline behind me right now and drink a Red Bull and smoke an American Spirit is absolutely amazing. Every time I come down here, it fills me with so much motivation and energy, and it inspires me so much with this grand freaking view behind me. So I wanted to come on and film this video. I like doing vlogs like this. This is my 3rd video that I'm posting in like 8 years. I was just telling myself before I started filming, I love making content. I love recording videos. And I'm gonna keep doing it. I know I'm rusty. I keep messing up the words that I'm saying on this video, but I'm going to keep doing it because I think that I can inspire people. I know for a fact I can inspire people. I know I have inspired people before, and I'm gonna continue to do that, and I'm gonna get great at it, and we're gonna crush it on this YouTube channel. We're gonna get our 100,000 subscriber plaque, and God willing, we can accomplish all of our dreams and goals. Everyone, my name is Isaiah Gonzalez. I'm currently building a business called Thrift App. My goal is to create my own selling and buying platform called Thrift App. And that's what I've been doing for the last 5 years. I'm bringing you guys along with my journey. Everyone, have a great night. Make sure you move out of your hometown. Don't stay there for too long. I was 23, basically 30 years old if you round up. Well, I guess if you round down, I would have been 20. But basically, at the halfway point to 30 years old, and I was still in my childhood bedroom at home. And if you think you need to move away from your hometown, you need to do it because you know what's best.
City, she blowing me kisses, no. 30 degrees, way too cold, so hold me tight.